So in this video, I'm going to give an outline of our chromatography lab procedure to give you some familiarity with the materials that we're going to use in the lab. One thing to note, I'm going to follow the procedure here, but we're only going to be doing parts 1A and 1B. We're going to do paper chromatography for dyes and for Kool-Aid. We will not be doing the TLC chromatography in class tomorrow. So the first thing you will do is you will grab 3 strips of chromatography paper. It's this thin paper that allows us to separate compounds, and you'll cut them lengthwise to make strips. So when you cut them, you'll have these skinny strips like this. Okay. What you will then do is you'll grab a ruler and you'll draw a line with a pencil, not a pen, 1.5 centimeters above the bottom. I'm just going through the procedure here, step 2. You will then get a capillary tube, which are these skinny glass tubes. They have a very thin diameter, and they're used for transferring small amounts of compound. So let's say you have some compound in this lid here. You'll take the capillary tube, put it into the solution, put your finger over the top, take it out of the solution, go to your piece of chromatography paper, put it on the line you just drew, then let go. What that will do is transfer the solution from the test tube, the capillary tube, to the paper. Then you will take a small little needle, you'll put it through the other side of the chromatography paper, just stab it through. Then you will allow this to hang in a test tube so that it goes down to the bottom. Okay? In mine, I didn't stab quite low enough. You'll probably need to stab it about an inch down. And you'll do this so that it hangs like so, with the needle resting on the edge and the paper going almost down to the bottom. In the bottom, we will put an NaCl solution, as it says in step 8. Then, we will carefully lower this in to the solution and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. You'll do that with all 3 dyes and let them sit. What's going to happen is the dye that's on the line is going to start moving up through the paper, and the different pigments in the dye are going to get separated based on their intermolecular forces. We'll then, when we're done, after about 10 or 15 minutes, you'll make 2 marks. On the paper, you'll make a line where the solvent has traveled. You'll be able to see it because the paper will look darker there, so where the sodium chloride, the NaCl solution, has moved up. And you'll make another mark where the color of the pigment is, those 2 lines. We need to know those distances, how far they are from where they started, to get something called the RF value, which you've learned how to calculate in the pre-lab. You'll do that for all 3 dyes. That's part 1A. Then you'll do the exact same thing, except with Kool-Aid. So you'll get 3 fresh strips of paper. You'll draw the line at the bottom, 1.5 centimeters up. You'll use the Kool-Aid. As with the 3 fresh capillary tubes, use Kool-Aid instead of the dyes, and then do the same thing to calculate the RF values. That will allow us to see the separation between these compounds on the chromatography paper. And then we can talk about the intermolecular forces involved affecting how fast different substances are traveling.